after a little bit of a break. What is it like being back in the atmosphere and here at the facility with the rest of the team?
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back. I missed this place a lot. I missed the team and the staff and everybody, so it's good to be back home.
Great, go ahead, Austin.
Prisca, just how kind of weird is it to have like just a full month off? You come in, you start playing, you have your first experience in NWSL, and then you just have a month away from the team, and you come back. How kind of strange is that?
Well, it's all about balancing, Like the atmosphere here is different to like back home with the national team. So it's just about finding like the right balance. There may be like some couple of changes, but you just have to be like like diverse. When you are there, you just think about, oh, what do they want me here to do? So it's just about finding that balance. So it's pretty simple, I guess. Yeah.
And speaking of the national team, being able to play with Zambia in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, what was that experience like for you?
Well, it's always like a great privilege, first of all, and it's always like a great experience because like I've known the team and the girls like for some time. So whenever like I go back, it's always like nice to have them around, just to like do something different when I'm there. So it's really good.
Just coming back here now, what's been your kind of focus heading into the second half of the season for you personally?
The focus is just like to get going, to just like help the team, to just pick up from where we left her, and we have like a lot of games. So the focus is just like to make sure that we get the point that we need because it's very tight. Like the table, from like second to like four is like kind of tight. So we just have to focus, which we are doing, like focusing on getting like the points that we need and not focusing on like what's next, you know. Yeah.
What's kind of been your experience like here in Orlando and NWSL, coming from Mexico and playing there? What has been kind of the biggest difference for you in terms of play style, atmosphere, anything that kind of sticks out to you?
Well, the NWSL is like a very good league, like top. And from Mexico, like honestly, I didn't have to worry much when I was there. But here, like it's like a lot of things that you have to consider. The playing style, the time, and like how the league is like stretched, along the year. So so far, I feel like I've gotten like the hang of it, but I'm still like adapting to some of the things that I need to work on.
How much of a benefit is it to have Barbara and Grace here, being able to kind of come in, having people that you know, and then becoming friends with all your teammates? Just how has that been, just being able to have that when you first got here, and now having all these friends that you have?
Well, having Grace and Barb here, like it's a lot more better, because it makes me feel more like I'm home, So having them around, and especially like they have been here for some time, so even when I came in, it was a lot more easier for me to like adapt and adjust because whenever like I'm lacking behind, they're like, oh no, this is what we do here, like so, and it was even a lot more easier because like we would communicate in our own language, so it's a lot more easier than like speaking English if I'm being honest. So like there are a lot of things that they help me with because like we just when we can't find the words in English, we just let's switch to like our native language. So it's a lot more easier. And coming to like the group in general, like this is a very very well put team. Like the girls are friendly, the staff are so caring and they're friendly as well. So I didn't feel like a stranger. And the first week that I got here, I felt like I've been here for like forever because like I have like my Zambian teammates and I have like good people. Like the teammates are so welcoming. So on that part, I didn't worry at all. No, I didn't.
Just looking ahead to this weekend, playing Utah, a team you've already played in their home stadium, what are you kind of expecting for this weekend?
Um, the game is gonna be tricky, especially when you're playing like a team that is like down the table. You know, those kind of teams, they have nothing to lose. You know, like they're already down there, so like you don't have to like say, oh, it's gonna be easy, because you have no idea what they are planning to do. You know, and this game is as important as any game, you know, going forward. So we start this Sunday, making a statement to say we are still in it, and we'll take each game as serious as it is.
How excited are you to be able to play in front of your fans again?
I'm very excited, honestly. I'm very excited because the fans, like I've never seen, honestly. Like their support is everything, you know. So just like playing at home, like with the fans, it's like we have like extra players in the field. So I just can't wait to to see all the fans and to see what they bring. You know, the joy, you know, the support and everything. So I'm looking forward to to that kind of excitement on Sunday.
Great. Thank you, Prisca. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Seb, we're back after a bit of a break. Utah coming here on Sunday. Just what kind of match do you expect to have following, kind of a month off of NWSL play?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Utah, it'll be interesting what they've worked on over this period. For ourselves, we've been working on some things that can improve us. Ultimately scoring more goals and getting more wins. But again, it's been challenging with the players that have been absent, representing their countries on the biggest stage. No more than Anna, and we congratulated her on winning a European Championship. That's a big thing for the club and for herself. And so, yeah, we've got two other players who are away who are in finals, and yeah, it's been a mixed bag over this period, but we're just ready to go and happy to be back at home in front of our own fans and put on a good show for them, because it's been a long time away from them. So yeah, we're all excited to get going again.
Great. What else?
Seb, this is obviously kind of weird territory for you, having just this whole month off in between the middle of a season. What did you kind of learn just of yourself, your coaching team, and just how to kind of maneuver a month without games?
I mean, we had the two friendlies, which was good for us. You can't replicate matches unless you're playing matches. It's been a quick turnaround from last year to this year. We've done remarkably well to be in the position that we're in. And so, yeah, it allowed players to have a little bit of a break, a little bit of rest, fine-tune some things on the training field. And yeah, look at areas that we can continue to improve and evolve. So towards the end of the year, we're in a really good, positive position to reach our goals. No more than, again, winning the Shield and winning the championship. That's what we set out to do at the start of the year, and we want to achieve that.
Just within this past month, being able to kind of sit down with players and work on some of the things, how now do you kind of go into the second half of the season and really hit the ground running? How do you kind of get the players back up to that game speed, this weekend?
Yeah, like I said, you can't replicate games unless you're playing games, but it was important that we re-emphasize the importance of our principles and our identity and who we are as a team. Again, you look at the team, towards the start of this break, we had multiple players away. I think it was 11 in total, with US U23s, US players, Zambian players, Brazilian players, English players. That's a lot of our squad away. But also it's allowed us to have the opportunity to look at players coming back from injury, get them up to speed, likes of Rafa, Lou, Simone. These are like new players for us going into that second half of the year, which, again, we know the challenges that are ahead of us, no more than NWSL games, but we've got CONCACAF coming up as well, those midweek games where it's additional travel as well. So, yeah, it's going to take the whole squad. The whole squad are together. They know that everyone's going to pitch in to play a role in the second half of the year. And like I said earlier, we want to achieve the same things that we achieved last year. So everyone's excited, everyone's ready to go. And it's nice being back home, because I feel like we've been on the road quite a lot at the first half of the year.
Yeah, just kind of going off of that, I mean, being in front of your home fans, especially, this weekend, how much of a benefit is that, just to be able to, for the players' sake as well, to be able to play in front of their home fans and sleep in their own beds and have that comfortability, but also just having that support.
No, it's massive. I say it every time we play at Inter and Co Stadium. You know, your fans are your 12 player. They spur you on. They really get behind us. We know, you know, every game is a challenging game. You know, teams are content with not losing, and that's the battles that we face as being the champions. So we need that energy that they bring at times. We know that it's hot here in Orlando and it's physically demanding, but as an opponent coming here, it's going to be even worse. So, yeah, it's enjoyable. We love our fans. We love the support that they give us behind the team, and yeah, we have to do our job and win games. And we've always said we want to create a fortress here at Inter and Co Stadium. So. We've put performances together. We haven't always got the result that we deserve, but I think that's going to be a good turning point for us now.
Just kind of going off of that, I mean, you're able to kind of take a step back from first half of the season, take a look at what needed to be fixed, what needed to be worked on. Just how much of a benefit is that? You know, you said you can't replicate the games, but just being able to kind of actually take time to really fine tune some of those things that you've been wanting to work on but haven't necessarily had the time to do so.
Yeah, I think this team's always evolving. I know we had loads of success last year. This year we've gone into games and we've dominated possession. We've got into the final third. We've created some really good opportunities to score, and sometimes we haven't always taken them. So again, just fine tuning those little moments will be important for our success. Goals change games, and if we were able to score that first goal, then it can change the outcome of the game. We do really well once we take the lead to hold on to the lead. But again, the longer the game goes on and we give teams hope, then it becomes more of an uphill battle for us. So again, just fine-tuning those little nuances to score the goal. I think, again, we're getting in some really good positions. I think as well, by dominating possession is important, making the opponent work hard to win the ball back is part of the evolution of this team. But now we're at a point where we need to just capitalise on those moments now.
Lastly, just when you look at Utah, you played them in Utah, Barbara had a hat trick, you were able to play your game, and now looking at this game, what are you kind of expecting to see from Utah here at home, considering the way it went on at their place wasn't.
Yeah, it's always difficult to judge. They've had maybe 6 weeks to prepare for this game. I don't think too many players have left their market over this period as well. So yeah, they'll be looking to be defensively solid, like any team that comes here. Probably look at counter-attacking moments as well, so we have to be switched on at the back. And they won't want to give away cheap goals or early goals, which, in the last game we played, Barbara had a hat-trick in the first half. So the way that I see it going, them being defensively solid, try and see it out to the whole game. And for us, we need to start on the front foot. We need to make it challenging. Again, we've been waiting for this game for a long period of time. Let's just go out there and be ourselves and put teams on the back foot and capitalise on our moments.